It's Monday the 16th of December and the temperature is 6 degrees. Cold but not too cold. And we're looking for the 16th. Now I took this off while I was doing my vlog yesterday, and as I hung it up I just noticed that on the back of the box it lists what's on here. And I quickly pushed it back up. I didn't want to look because I don't want to find out what I'm still got yet to come. So anyway, there's the 16th and it's behind a pair of scissors. Where am I here? So let's see if I can... It's a big one. Ooh, now what's it going to say? It says pom-pom maker. Do you know, I've been fancying buying one of these for a while. We used to use card years and years ago. Oh, this doesn't look like the one I was thinking about buying. What's this one? Let's have a look. Well, this is nothing like the one I saw on YouTube video. The one I saw was a lovely half circle and you wrapped it round and then you closed it and formed a circle and then you cut through it. I have no idea what you do with this, so anyone who would like to tell me, I'm assuming I wrap it round, maybe it's round and round, and then I thread through here to make the pom-pom and then cut it. We used to do circles of cardboard, 2 pieces of cardboard together, and it used to take ages trying to wrap it round with your hand. Well, I don't know what you do. There's no instructions either. So this is a pom-pom maker, but not pom-pom magic. Not like I expected it to be. So as I say, if you have any suggestions, please tell me. So that is day 16 of the hemline one. What's the German one got for me today? Now then, this is looking a bit sorry for itself because it's thick cardboard and it tends to break very easily. Now where is... Oh, 16's a big one as well. It's got lips and something on. So let's see if we can get this one open. I think I've kind of torn it when I was trying to get it, when I've leant against it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's not so bad. It's easier when they're bigger. What does it say? It says, Dein Wort in Gottes Ohren. Whatever that means. Oh, another. What is this? A piece of card or something in a folder. Oh, now let's have a look at this. Hang on. Is this a magnet? It feels like a magnet. Let's open it up and see. Yes, I think it's a magnet. It's got a magnet type of thing about it. Even though it's thin, it's a little bit on the weighty side, like a magnet. Now, have I got anything I can... Oh, what about my guillotine? Oh, yes, it is. It's a magnet. It holds to it. Yeah. So it's like a coffee coaster, but it's not as big as a coffee coaster. It is about 6 centimeters across, and it says als Gott den Mann erschuf übte sich nö, and then at the bottom it says quel Überkant. Now quel is French, Überkant isn't French. I'll have to translate that for you as well. So watch and see. So those are my 2 gadgets today for the 16th of December. A pom-pom maker and a magnet. I assume it's a fridge magnet of some sort. And do tell me how I work with that. I think I just wind round and round and round. I'm assuming you hold that like that and wind the wool round. Then tie a thread through half of it, or through both of it maybe. Tie a thread through it both and then cut, because there's a ridge there. I reckon I cut along with the scissors on there and on there. And possibly, is this one for a smaller pom-pom? I might try making one, see if it works. But that's my 2 gadgets for the 16th of December. Hi everybody, happy Vlogmas day 16. Excuse if every time I look at myself on this camera I've got marks all over my jumper or over what I'm wearing. Often it's either the cats who've climbed all over me, or in this case it's a bit of a dirty jumper with working, so please excuse that. We've had quite a busy morning, and then his lordship took us out for a little cruise to Dunelm, where we got, I'll show you a little video. I had a sandwich and cake, and very, very nice. Hello and welcome to Vlogmas day 16. We've done our morning's work and we've popped in here for something to eat. It's in Dunelm with all the gifts and Christmas stuff. Our work has been perishingly cold. The heating's gone off again. The gas man isn't coming till tomorrow, and I have been so cold. My hands are withering, very, very cold. I've been felt like a piece of ice. So I've been sitting with my coat on, a gilet on, my jumpers on, and I'll just say, if this is like this tomorrow morning, we're going to have bring blankets in. Because sitting down doing nothing is making me very cold. Now look at this, here he comes. He's coming here with the
So my gig money. I've just spent my gig money on the wife.
On the wife?
Mini cruise.
It's another mini cruise. He said, I'll take you on a mini cruise. So we've got some sandwiches coming, brie and bacon sandwiches, and this is what we're having for pudding afterwards. We're really doing a big cruise with pudding and cake, with sandwiches and pudding, but it's gonna be nice. You don't do it all the time. Catch you later. We've driven past Dunelm. This shop opened, and we used to go to one further away in a place called Stockton, and it had a little cafe there, and we used to go to the cafe there. But when this new one opened, you could see it's got all glass windows on the front of the building, and you could see the cafe upstairs. And I kept saying, we should go there, and he kept saying, no, I'm not going to do that cafe. I'm not going to do that cafe. So we always went somewhere else, and then one day I convinced him to go round the shop with me, and then I strayed a little bit near the cafe, and I said, do you want to go for a coffee? And he said, all right, I'll have a coffee. So we went and had a coffee, and he was impressed by the cakes, because he's a cake man. I'm a savoury person, he's a cake man most of the time. And so when he saw the cakes, he says, oh, I like these cakes. So ever since then, we've been frequenting Dunelm for coffee and cake quite often. So anyway, we went there, and what else did we do? Haven't done much. We came back, finished off some ordering and some prep, and then he said, we're going to start moving furniture around. Well, we have a massive oak table, and we decided we're going to move it from the sitting room through to the kitchen, through to the conservatory, which is like a big half. You have to carry it through like a letter C, but it wouldn't come through. When I say it's like this letter C, the movement from one room to the other was like a letter C, and obviously we couldn't get it. We had to dismantle this table. We had to take the tabletop off, take the legs off, and then carry them through. And he was absolutely shattered by the time he finished. He said, I need a rest, I need a rest. So we now have the table in the conservatory, and that leaves room in the sitting room for us to have the bigger Christmas tree, which we were going to do today, but we never got round to doing it because he was so shattered. And I said, look, we'll leave it till another day. And so it's all almost prepped. Everything's been moved around from one room to the other. We're all set. I'm in here doing some plates because I've got some plates for a customer that I've got to get out tomorrow. But I was going to mention a couple of things to you. A couple of people asked me questions about the dress that I made yesterday. Well, I didn't make it yesterday, I was wearing yesterday. And let me find the questions. Angela 10226 was telling me, saying that my mother-in-law's partner probably could do with some rest. And yes, they're going on this cruise. They're apparently, according to a friend who does regular cruises, they do cater for a lot of older people like that, and the ones who've got dementia when the other half has dementia, and they have lots of classes and things. And she likes singing, so she can go and join the choir and do other things, and that gives him a bit of respite. But we've decided that when they come back, they arrive back the day that we are going off to France, but when we get back from France, I think we're going to have to organise some sort of respite for him so that he can have some rest from looking after her, because it does drain him, and we always say, you know, it must be soul destroying having somebody repeat over and over what we're doing, where we're going, where we're going, where we're going, where we're going, and he'll say, we're going on a cruise. Oh, that's nice, yeah. And then a few minutes later, where we're going? We're going on a cruise. Oh, that's nice, yeah. Oh, we're going anywhere. So, I feel for him, really. So I think we need to organise some respite for him, and we may bring her to us for a week or two, or for a few days, depending on what he wants to do. Now then, another one was where is she? A lot of you said that you didn't notice the pattern match, the difference in the pattern match in that grey dress, black and white dress, and several of you said you preferred that dress. Well, I do. I must say I prefer that. I thought the other one was just a bit too busy for me. It was a busy pattern and not really for me, and that as I said, that was the first outing, and I've made it in September, so it will get worn, but I do prefer the black and white one. And Ethel Warren said, I love those dresses on you. How do I get that pattern? I'd like to make it to wear to church. Well, the pattern, you have to go to, I'll put it up here, www.lacala.co, and the pattern number is, I forgot what it is, but I'll put that pattern number there. If you key in that pattern, if you go to Lacala, then look at the drop down menu for dresses, and you may either scroll down and see all the different styles of dresses, or you can put that number in the search bar and it should take you to it. And basically all you have to do is it asks you to put in your bust measurements, your waist measurements, and your hip measurements, and your full hip. So you put in your measurements, and then you can, I think you've got to pay for it, and it's not very expensive. It's about $2 or $3. I think they've got a special offer at the moment, and then you download it as a PDF. I think what they do is you pay for it, and then they email you a few minutes later. They prepare your pattern, and then it's emailed to you after about 10-15 minutes, and you download it, you print it off, and there's your pattern. You stick it together, and that's your pattern made. That, I do like that Lacala pattern. I think it's really nice. There are other patterns that I've done. I've downloaded 3 or 4 Lacala patterns, and I like it because they're to my measurements. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody asked me what I do to my, couple of people said, what do I do to my hair? It's ready for it to be washed out, but I add a bit of colour to it. And initially I used to do it this way. I don't know if you lot have this, and if those of you who watch in America have this, but I used this, which is called Bleach of London. And this Bleach of London is a rose shampoo, and it says for a soft pink rinse, and then you get a rose conditioner, and that gives you a soft pink rinse as well. I did that a few weeks ago, but it made my hair slightly, it just darkened the grey because I did it all over, but I didn't want the colour all over. I've since bought this one, which is bruised violet. It's a set. Those ones are vegan and cruelty free, and I think they rinse out, or they wash out after a couple of washes. This one is, I haven't tried this one yet, is bruised violet, and the same thing. If I was going to use this, I don't know if you can see that there. If I was going to use that, I wouldn't use it on the full head. I'd just use it on, I'd probably separate that much hair and do just that bit. But that one fades out in 10 to 50 washes. So that's an awful lot of time that you have that colour in your hair. What I use is this, which is called hair chalk. I don't know if you can see that, hair chalk. And basically, I got this on eBay, and they are sticks of chalk like that. I've already broken the red. There's pink. The 2 colours that I use the most are the pink and the purple. Pink, purple, yellow, blue, green and orange. Now when I was younger I always fancied red hair, but I never ever dyed it red. And when I say red I mean like a really bright red. I fancied a really bright red, like the artist people would have, but I never dared do it. And once I did it orange. When I first met Brian, I decided to colour my hair orange, and it was a vibrant orange. I'll tell you what, one day I'll tell you the story about my orange hair and what happened when I had orange hair. My orange hair was, you can't see, that looks more of a yellowy orange, but it was bright orange. But I'll tell you about that another time. So basically what I do here is I take a chalk, it's when my hair is wet, and I just draw down the wet hair, down the hair with a chalk. I either wet the chalk or I wet my hair. My hair is still damp when I washed it, and I just draw the colours down there. And quite often I'll do a mix of 1 and 2, but I only stick to one area because I've got a lot of whitish hair there, and I think it looks quite nice when it's coloured. So, and then once that dries, I just brush it a bit, and it just softens it a bit more. And then everybody thinks that, everybody's made comments and said it's nice. Now whether they're being nice to say it's nice, or whether they're, you know, saying, God, have you seen the colour of her hair, or whether it actually looks nice, I don't care, because I've always fancied a little bit of colour in my hair. So that's what I use. It's called, you can get lots of different colours, and what you can do is, if you can see the picture, you can colour your hair all different colours. I could go around and colour my hair all over if I wanted to, which one day I might do, but I never have the time. It says place a dry towel around your neck to protect your clothing, or just use an old t-shirt. Dampen your hair a little to help the chalk attach to your hair. Apply the chalk stick of your choice by sweeping down and twisting through your hair. You can help seal the chalk by ironing on your hair or using a curling wand. For an extra seal, apply hairspray to give you a more permanent finish. Do not brush your hair after the chalk is applied, as it will brush out. Well, I always brush my hair and it doesn't brush out. When you're finished, simply wash your hair with shampoo and your chalk will wash out, and that is true. With this, it just washes out after one wash. For blonde hair, it may take 2 shampoos. Well, it generally comes out for me straight away. Be careful near water and rain, as chalk may run onto your clothes. So if you put a lot of chalk on and you go out and it's raining, you may end up with drips of colour. There was once an advert like that where you had drips, the woman had drips of colour on her face. So you have to be careful of that. Anyway, that is what I use on my hair. It's hair chalk from eBay. It came by return. If I remember, I'll put a link below. But if you just put hair chalk, if you search for hair chalk on eBay, they also do a comb, which is like with 2 teeth, big wide teeth, and the chalk's in between. So I quite fancy getting one of those. So you comb the comb through your hair, and it adds the colour to your hair. And you can get different colours of comb. So that's probably another one that's worth trying. So those are how I colour my hair. And I'm getting a bit of a sore throat now, hoping I'm not going to come down with anything, which I kind of thought it was going to happen, because I was sitting in the auditorium when the granddaughter was doing a performance, and I could hear people coughing, and I had my scarf and I kept going, oh no, I'm going to get every bug that this lot's coughing up. And then when I was at the when I went to take mummy for my mother-in-law for her party meal, she'd just been poorly with a very bad cough, and of course I was giving her hugs and kisses, and I reckon I probably picked that up as well. So if I disappear for a day or two, it may be because I've come down with something and I really am not in the mood for talking. But we'll wait and see. It just suddenly come on. I can feel a little bit of a soreness, but you never know. You never know, it might be okay. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and catch you tomorrow, fingers crossed, because I have some more jobs to continue. In fact, I'll set that away because I stopped it while I was talking to you. And December the 17th tomorrow. Let's see what the calendars have for us tomorrow.